Thank you everyone for coming. We are super happy. So as Stella said, we are Post-Organic Bauplan. We work on the development of robotic prostheses for art research, and our work is mostly based in movement, but we explore that in a variety of forms and in a variety of presentations, like installations of live performances or video performances. I'm Josefina. I have a background in contemporary dance, and I'm from Argentina. Maybe you can say.
I'm from Argentina as well. My main background is in biology, and also I'm an artist. I was studying by myself programming language, and I was doing mixing different media to do artist work. We started the work together in Argentina, developing mainly the concept. Was in 2017, and then we got selected to make a residency in Leipzig, in Germany. We took the decision to move there and start developing the robotic prosthetics.
Yeah, and since then we have been developing many prototypes, and the relationship that we had with the robots was growing as well, and we like to think of it as a co-evolution. And here at CYENS and the Think and Maker Space, we were creating the new generation of robotic prostheses. So this we will use in our new piece that will be premiered next year. And part of our research is also to keep an archive of each prototype that we develop. And normally we perform with the accumulation of all the prototypes because we keep all of them with the program and the hardware they had at the moment they were created. So this is our archaeology somehow, and that's why you can also see those pieces. We like to create this link and speculate also with what was the past maybe of this robot, if they existed maybe before us, and those were the ruins or something like that.
Yes. Maybe we can explain something about the concept behind.
Yeah, the main concept.
Please feel free to ask whatever is.
Yeah, if you want to ask something at any moment, just tell us.
Yeah.
And speak a bit louder, I will say.
Okay, loud. How we can start? Yeah, maybe the meaning of Post-Organic Bauplan. We choose the name, try to combine in two words that are kind of really different together, and they're creating a friction or glitch together. Post-organic from in one side is like trying to explain that the meaning of human is not explained just by nature. The term of human is more complex and involves other spheres like political spheres, sociologic, gender, whatever that you can include there, but it's not just based in nature. And on the other hand, Bauplan is a term that is in German that I was studying in biology this term, that means it's the concept that is something encrypted inside that develops who you are. And this complexity is like written down in your system. It's before of the term of the concept of DNA, but also with the develop of with the DNA concept start to it's like a really matching together. This is also really linked with the idea of there are a God that is encrypted your code that develop yourself or develop the species. This term, from one side, post-organic and Bauplan, are really coming from different epistemology, and they're creating a glitch together.
Yeah, our attempt to hack that code somehow. Yeah, especially if you train it with the time, and that's why we like to combine it and to think in the relationship of this with movement, because in dance you can always explore other ways of behaving as a corporality. So that's why we also like to explore this research from the movement and from the training.
In the really beginning, we were trying to say like, okay, what kind of tool we can use to change our corporality or to have the experience of other corporality now that is a fact materially. And I was working with Arduinos and some motors and say, okay, let's do a robot. Shouldn't be so difficult. And then it was really difficult, but
It still is.
was a really good idea because the prototype that we developed until now are kind of heavy. They have movement. They generate different forces. They are following your mobility, but also they can act by itself. So it's really when you place them or you coexist with them, your corporality, you feel something, and you cannot move in the same way. Mostly also because they are annoying you, but the meaning of annoying is conceptually really important for us because we don't want to like increase the ability of the human body. We want to just hack the corporality.
Yeah, that's why they also have, like, as you can see in their morphology, they are a bit spiky because they also have their own weapons to protect themselves from us. And at the same time, we have to sometimes protect ourselves from them because they can cut you or they can pinch you. And all of this creates a certain presence in the body that we really like, and all of our choreographic work is based on this relationship. And the concept of control, who is controlling who, is being a bit blurred, and we really like to keep that as an open question.
Also, from the hardware and software are not based in control. There are not superiority between the species, or we want to believe that. So when we are working with other performers or with other people, they have to choose the place of the body they want to coexist with them. Because we cannot take the decision about the body of the other. So there are people that choose the back or the arm. This also is really linked with our research here. Conceptually, the robots or the prostheses have to be able to connect in different parts of the body and in different bodies. So this is a really difficult technically to do it. It's like how you develop a device or prosthesis that can attach it in different bodies, in different parts. It's really difficult. It's more easy to do with the robot, actually, than this connection. So since the last 3 years, we were thinking like, okay, we have to come with idea. We are happy with the last one that we are using some kind of bell, stretch bell. What is the name of this? Like a bell coming from...
it's like an orthopedic bell for the back.
And we are happy with this, but aesthetically we find that it's not so nice.
Those bells.
But you are able to place it in different parts of the body. And it's super stable for the robots. But we were researching about... what is the name?
En español.
I don't remember in Spanish. Kind
Vacuums?
Of attachment system from nature.
Yeah, we were looking, because also another aspect of our work is to kind of steal inspiration from insects or plants. So we take a lot of processes that can be found in nature, and we rework them poetically. That's why for this we were thinking like, okay, how are animals connecting? Like, what do they have in their bodies what did they developed to be able to connect to other bodies. Like parasites, for example, is always a big inspiration for our work. They are amazing.
If you imagine some parasite, yeah, they're amazing. Actually, the 50% of the species in the world are parasites.
Yeah, and they're so important.
And we are in the limit, I guess. But some parasites, they have to attach to the body of others and using different spaces. And some of them are like having, I don't know, some mouth extension to grab itself. But there are some species in plants or in insects, in different animals, that they are using vacuum systems. And we came with the idea, okay, maybe we can try with some vacuum system to see if we are able to hold the weight.
The weight.
The weight of the prosthetics. We start to research, and we found a lot of samples, mainly in nature. But then one day before to come here, we found in a reel in Instagram that there are a medical device to generate a vacuum when you have, maybe you know, when you have a hole in the middle that is pectum excavatum.
Pectus excavatum.
This is the medical term. And there are a device to generate a vacuum that if you're using through a couple of months, you can, I don't know, release this condition or generate like a, I don't know.
Yeah, it basically pulls up with the time the bone to the place where it should be.
For us was excellent example to do the little baby first step, because work with silicone and vacuum system was everything new for us. It worked really well. I mean, in 1 month we have some pieces that we can just
so it's what you can see in the exhibition is our first test of this vacuum system, and the continuation of our research will be now to attach the vacuum to the new robot.
And ideally develop mainly from the software to make able them to recognize the temperature of the skin, and then they can start generating a vacuum alone, and then release when I don't know, some other input.
We still need to find out how much time they can be sucking you and to not damage, I don't know, to not create internal bleedings or stuff like that. All the medical part we have to find out. Oh, what happened?
I don't know, my computer died.
Yeah. So if you like, we could go to the questions already if you have some.
So you were using the belt before, but this vacuum system will make it to seem more aesthetic on the show. It's the way. And where do you get the inspiration, vacuum system? Because you said that from animals, you inspire the vacuum system is coming from.
Yeah, so the idea is not only the aesthetic aspect, but also in our research, we are thinking that we are co-evolving with the robots.
But don't disconnect this.
Like in the beginning, we were thinking of them as prostheses, because we like also that word. It creates the word prosthesis. It's very important also in our research. But with the time, especially when we changed the program and we made them able to move by itself, so they were not needing the human anymore to move, they can move alone. Then we started thinking of them more as they are their own creature, and then we are entering in a relationship. It's not more a tool we are using. So in that sense, this vacuum system is to increase that relationship. So it's not a tool we are using, it's more like another creature coming to us, interacting with us. Yeah.
So are you transitioning from the parasite to a symbiote? So as a concept now, it's because it sounds like you say parasite, but it sounds more like a symbiote.
Yeah.
Something that lives.
Definitely, I guess the term doesn't exist now, so we are using kind of both together.
Have you researched a bit because I'm saying symbiote because in our area, and when I say our area, a vast area of the planet, we use a lot of cupping.
Cupping?
Like
No.
our grandmothers used to use cupping for when you were sick. Our grandparents.
Yeah.
Whatever. But they used to, there was these glass vessels, you would burn them and then put them on your back.
Yes, yeah.
Sometimes they would even make a small cut on the skin and then all the sweat, and it was some physiotherapists are using it also for alleviation of muscle pains lately. So maybe if also the wearer is not considered as damaging, but it's like so
therapeutic.
you're gaining also something by wearing it.
Yes, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's nice. Cupping. I didn't know the term.
Wait, there is one question there. No, you can.
It's okay.
Yes, similar kind of logic.
Yeah, it's okay.
These devices you are activating, I guess, or maybe making and thinking of a performance setting.
I will do it later.
Them, or did you try to live with them full time?
Not yet. Recently we took them out of the theater, kind of, and we were researching. Before coming here, we were in a residency in a theater in a village in Germany called Mossach, and in that residency we were talking with some neighbors of the village, and they were up for trying the robots in their working space, or like while they were doing, I don't know, watering the plants or stuff like that. They were choosing what they wanted to do. And this was like the first time we were kind of taking the robot a bit out of the lab somehow, or the theater lab or the lab. But we haven't tried yet to be with them on a long term.
Yes.
It's something we would like to do.
Movement and choreography are different kind of everyday movement.
Yeah.
Maybe they are similar, which kind of leads me to another question. If I may. You mentioned how it's annoying. They have some parts that are designed to be annoying. Even from an evolutionary perspective, that's maybe the opposite of what things we develop to survive. Or I don't know what.
Yes.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's interesting that they are meant to be a little bit annoying.
Yeah, because
Super nice.
we are taking inspiration also from like sexual selection weapons, or like weapons in general that can be found in nature. So some animals, insects, or even plants, they develop some features in their body that is to fight against other. And the only purpose of these features in their body is to fight or to like preserve themselves. So in that sense, we are thinking of this morphology as well, so they can preserve themselves.
Yeah. Also, the idea of weapon in nature have some correlation in, I don't know, if the concept of weapon brings something from society. If we are creating something that is sharp to protect itself, may conceptually say something about create some weapon for protect our body from the society or the political problem that is around us.
But at the same time, they are very fragile as well. So because you cannot, for example, you cannot turn or like jump or something because they will break. So it has this contradiction in itself, the body. So we are all the time dealing with this dialogue, like, is it going to break or is it going to pinch me?
Yes, but the main idea behind is develop a prosthesis that make you're not able in the society, able in the medical way to understand what is the prosthetic element. So if you are seeing around, the city is really well prepared for some kind of bodies, but making unable other kind of bodies. If we don't have two legs, we are completely unable in the body, and we have the responsible about this. We are responsible, directly responsible. So why we are doing this? Why we are choosing some bodies that are able to walk or to just go around and go to the work, and others that are not. So if you think that if you place these robots, maybe you can find that you are more able for something, but if you are going to the supermarket, maybe you throw away everything around you. So we are playing with this, like to try to think in the concept.
It creates a question also of, okay, in which environment this body could exist. For example, if I will place the prosthesis here and then the chairs will all have a hole or something, then maybe it will be like an able body again. Like, I think our work is speculating with this and opening imaginaries about.
Yeah, and from our imaginary was also coming the idea of parasitism, symbiosis. That in the beginning was something most for ourselves, to just try to think about one evolution of prosthetic element or the next prototype. But then it makes sense to break also the idea of prosthetic element, because if you think something prosthetic, the concept is not from science and it's not from medicine, but you are going straight thinking about this, and it's not coming from this. And we are also keeping the concept, like for this reason, we want to fight with this idea and create other idea about the prosthetic element.
I don't know, you can go and then you...
Both together.
Is there an example of which parameters trigger the movement of the robot?
Yes, they have a gyroscope sensor. I think you know more about this.
Yeah, the gyroscope sensor.
The technical part.
The program basically, in the beginning, was kind of not recording, just taking the position of the sensor itself, and then with this controlling the movement of each motor. And then we because the idea to make it not so readable or not so able to control, because this was super important for us, we were trying to introduce more complexity in the program. So now the prosthetics are able to move by itself, but when are connected with the body, it's changing the behavior and move more with your corporality. And also is remember some movements, and if you are shaking a lot, for example, it will shake a lot and then slowly coming back to its corporality or behavior. So if you leave them, they will move until they are getting tired and sleep. Something like this.
So they somehow mimic.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah.
But it's not directly, because we want to avoid that you can understand, like, okay, I do this, then they move like this.
We want to avoid the normal. Sorry.
Yeah.
We want to avoid the normal behavior of the human that say, okay, I have this. For what I can use it, and it's the same for this, or for plants, or for animals, or for other human, and this is fucking stupid. No, it's somehow no. It's, okay, no. But this is the same. Like any person take a plant and say, okay, for what I can use it? I don't know. Yeah. It's like it's really aggressive, the perspective that we have as a human. No, that you can take everything and use it. It's not working like that. Or we have to learn to change a little bit, to chill down.
Yeah, and this is like in an in-between, because sometimes it works. So it's like is in that space of like contradiction that we really like. Yeah. I think we can pass to your question.
I really like your project, and it's
Thank you.
Thank
wonderful,
you.
and I like my robot. It's really amazing.
Thank you.
I'm interested in the relationship between the two entities, the way you are talking about it. It's like there are two different entities, the human form, and then you have the robot. The one is supported by human cognition, and the other one is supported by technical cognition. So what happens when they come together? And what do we have? We have one body supported by technical cognition. I mean, did you look into it some way, how they contribute to each other, and how what becomes to this?
Yes. In my experience, it's a bit like, sometimes if you hurt, for example, your right hand or something, and then you have to use your other hand, and it creates a bit of a glitch until you have to adjust. It kind of like is a bit like that process, dancing with them. Because I have, for example, I am a dancer, I have a way of moving that I developed in the years. But when I'm with them, it's like different. And some things are still the same as well. But it kind of like gives me this awareness and presence. And yeah, it's like everything is kind of calming down as well. Another collaborator of us that is also a dancer, they were saying that they automatically inject care in the body because you automatically become like very aware of them, and you want to take care of them and also of yourself. So I would, I think that's the relationship.
Yeah, I was thinking about also the same person that they say that it's a neuronal system by itself. No,
they have their own neuronal system,
and also the brain and the behavior. So you are really connecting with other.
Yeah, maybe a follow-up question, because I think in your work it's like a super strong aesthetics, and I was a bit wondering about like the art department, so more how you choose the performers, and if that's like based on the robots you create, or and the outfits, like how you come up with that.
How we choose the performance we work with. Sometimes we make an open call, and then we ask why they want to work in this project. And because we are very interested in the personal wish of wanting to explore with this. So for us, it's important that each person wants or like have this kind of like curiosity of exploring in their own bodies. And yeah, it's a bit, I mean, it's also linked maybe with, I don't know, fetish, but you have to have this kind of interest. So that's important for us when we work with other people.
We are choosing also different backgrounds, in all the pieces there were some dancer that came more from ballet, for example, and there were others that were just no, I delete the word, just performers, no, that they were not dancing. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or, for example, them, she came from ballet, and they came from street dance.
No, contemporary
Current
dance.
dance, yeah. And yeah.
But now in the new piece, we will be performing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because we want to be back as well in on stage.
And she's a dancer and I'm a programmer. Biologist. But it's also nice to keep this.
And do you have like really like an idea then what kind of outfits are like
Yeah.
suitable for the robots?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we normally collaborate also with people that that thinks of costume as well as prosthetic elements, or like we like to also think of the costumes as that. And now for our latest collaboration, we will, and for the new piece that we will do, we will work with Victor Clavelli. I recommend you look at his work. He's amazing.
Here?
Yeah. He's based in Paris.
And he's really really basing in the same idea to modify the corporality. And also bringing some elements that are coming from, I don't know, some kind of cyber idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did, also he's doing kind of this, that is just, it's amazing. And we love his work. We had a meeting because he did this one was? No. It's a little bit...
In the beginning, there is a picture of us he puts.
Yeah, but it's not here.
Maybe here.
This one? No. This one not.
That one.
Which one? This one. Yeah, this is the costume that he developed for us. This is the...
That's us.
We were trying and he did a screenshot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want to also continue working with him because from the beginning, we really like when you're matching really well, when you don't have to explain.
Yeah, we are like in the same universe.
Yeah, we were saying just a few things and what kind of perfect match. We didn't touch any conceptual thing that you maybe when you are doing some collaboration you have to go deep and explain everything. Here was really was a flow.
Yeah, and he also works a lot with 3D printing. Like he uses a lot of 3D printing. This was only like the prototype, but the idea is to add also some 3D printed things for our piece. Yeah.
Well, can we say the robots will evolve with your mind?
I mean, they are already.
Yeah, there are.
Body is mind and mind is body.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
artists can draw by inspiring from mind or the place they are, but you are creating that with the robots.
Yeah, we are creating this also with the phone. If you take your phone, you are behaving different, and then the humanity, it will evolve with these devices. Also, if you are choosing different, if you are downloading different apps, it's creating different behaviors, no? If you want to scroll this, and then the other in the other way, it's like you have different behaviors, and we are evolving with these devices. So with this, I guess it's kind of also part of the evolution and try to amplify the spectrum of evolution. One performer that was working with us, and he's also coming from ballet, he said to Josefina once that after a couple of months, he still missed the prosthetics when he wake up. Because they're heavy and they're really changing your corporality and you feel them, and also it's creating them that you're missing something. And it's crazy because it's not your body, it's something else.
Yeah.
And
I miss them also. We didn't brought them here, sadly.
But they have their own being.
Yes.
So you've worked with different performers that are using the robots. Is there a really mix in how people respond at the end? Are most people quite positive in that they form a relationship, or some people like this didn't work?
Sure.
Sort of collaboration, and they're really happy to put it away, or most people?
There were like a very wide range, I will say, of feelings.
Yeah.
Like some people love it, and some people were like really annoyed, like really.
Really pissed.
At the unpredictability of the difference in weight, or what was annoying people? Do you think?
I think the fact that you have to be very careful and like you cannot move freely because you have to take care of them.
Or also the approach, no? Because I think that there were people placing the prosthesis here, and they automatically say like, "This is annoying me." Yeah, this is the concept. Like, it's changing your corporality. It's like you have to deal with. You choose to place it there, and there were others that they were happy that say like, "Okay, I cannot move in this direction." Yes, nice, go ahead.
It's very personal.
But both approach are correct. No, it's like yes, they're just playing around, and it's nice to give some tool to the other and say, just go ahead and go make whatever you want. I don't want to. We don't want to also explain or just transfer our desire to others because it's.
Normally in the first rehearsal we don't explain anything. We like present the prosthesis, and then they can explore, like the performers. Also, when we were exploring with the neighbors of Mossach, this village in Germany, they were also asking like, okay, so what should I do? Like, where should I place it? How does it work? And we were like try. And this is very interesting for us also to not kind of like implant an idea of how they should interact with them. But it's always very different. And also in the theater in Mossach, it was very interesting for us to see because all the neighbors came to like an open talk as well, and we were asking them. We were just doing the same procedure, like putting the prosthesis and just asking them like, what do you think? How do you think they move? And most of them were saying that they look ugly because they don't have a skin, and that they look boneless, and that remind them of death, and that's ugly. And like, I don't know, it was so interesting to like see all the.
How do they look to you?
They're super cute. They're super cute.
Yeah, we love them. Stella.
I think it's very interesting to look into why things make us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
Because probably has to do with the senses. Like in this case, it has to do with the sense of touch and the sense of seeing. Maybe something that looks not normal that much to people, and something that doesn't really feel normal when it touches your skin. So I say probably you can look into other ways that things can be even more disturbing.
Yeah,
even the way it smells or the way it sounds.
What do you suggest?
Smell.
Take it to the test how, like, make it as disturbing as possible.
These pictures.
Yeah, why did you? This is part of my research in biology, but yes, these are kind of part of the plant that are developing sexual characters and looks like a spine. And I'm taking some inspiration to develop the robots.
I think they have another question.
So these extensions, in a way, with these extensions, you're kind of extending what it means to be able, and extending the visual vocabulary of able bodies. But still, in conventional thinking, you have ability and disability. It's all about function and giving you you're able to do something or not. How much of a critique is this that you're doing in terms of it doesn't have to work a certain way or at all, or you play with it or you dance with it and it's not useful in that sense?
Yeah, it's something that we're asking ourselves always. It's something that we're just taking always with carefully.
I don't think they are completely useless. For example, they have other way of being functional, maybe for some activity we didn't develop yet or something. I don't know. So it's more, I think, in that, more like in speculating, maybe, and not so much in like criticizing something, but more like in playing around and like twisting stuff.
Because also us as humans, or we are really limited, and we think that we are creating something that we are using to perform with, but then after the next, I guess, one of the next steps is just publish everything for free, and then the shape and the program will evolve by other community, and we think that also the person will start to use them, not just for performance, also to go to the supermarket or to wherever. So we don't want to transfer a lot of desire on the project, no? Like there are people that say
a specific use, or
there are people that say it's ugly, I don't want to touch them, and there are say like I want to fuck with them, like completely crazy stuff, like all are correct.
We are interested in all of those.
Yeah, of course.
All the range. Yeah, I don't know.
Are there any more questions? So,
No?
if there are no more questions, we can continue our conversation. I mean,
Definitely.
We have some wine outside. The exhibition is next door at the exhibition space, so you can also ask the guys more questions. Thank you very much.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.